was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong. But we started it
Hello.
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Yo,
Nice,
guys,
nice.
can you hear me
Alright.
clear?
Huh?
Alright.
Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Alright, cool.
Alright, everybody. Alright. Warrior number 4. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of JEI Podcast. This is what? Episode number 4. And,
Yes.
oh, Chucky, oh my god. Really, Chucky? Robot Voice is back. Alright.
We need to get him some internet.
No.
Yeah, we need to get some internet, Chucky. For real. Need to get some internet. Alright. So welcome everybody. Hope everyone is having a good night, and just want to remind everybody that we are live every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 Eastern time. And I just want to give a shout out right now to our chairman, Sir Greg Moore, or aka Fat Man. Fat Man, you're there.
I'm here.
Alright, and also shout out to Chris, our system administrator. Chris, are you there? Chris?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening in.
Crystal is on mute.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Chucky.
Always listening.
Yeah, we'll have Andrew Pan.
Yes, and
Vice
Andrew Pang
President.
is here too. Mr. Andrew Pang. How are you
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah,
sir?
everybody.
Alright.
Good, nice to be here. Glad to be here. For podcast.
True. Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
fourth. Well, today's gonna be a special night.
Yeah, forgot.
I'll have some things lined up.
Have a lot of stuff lined up for tonight. And also, remember, if you're in the chat, we're gonna have a Q&A. Just a short moment from now. Any burning question you want to ask, you can type it in the chat, or if you're in the Discord, you can ask it in the Discord, and we'll get to it within our Q&A segment. So in the meantime, though, I'm going to leave the floor to Mr. Greg Moore right now. So
All right. Well, yeah, fourth podcast, and so far so good. Working everything in, trying to get it perfected, but so far so good. Getting some important information out there and keeping everybody informed about what's going on in the world of esports in Jamaica. We have this movement going on, the JEI. So far, it's fantastic. We have about almost 800 persons in our Discord community right now. So, we're pleased with that. And speaking about Discord, as we grow, we trying to make it more efficient for persons to be a part of it. So we've made some changes of how you join. So we're trying to streamline everything, make it easier, and we add a few channels here and there. Last week we added some a nice little thing for the ladies, female gamers, girl gamers, and we're having some ladies come on the Discord and communicating. So that is good. And um, I've also added a little feature for myself called the chairman chat. So whenever you see me in the chairman chat, just feel free to jump in and ask me any questions. But yeah, we're trying to keep things a little more easy for everybody to jump on.
Nice.
alright, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We do have a special
So
guest tonight. We have a special guest tonight, Mikey. He's from the Bahamas. We're just waiting on him to come through.
nice.
So
Yeah.
when we see him log on now, we can get things going with his stuff. But yeah, we're just working things in. A lot of progress, a lot of things been happening for the JI as well. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. And
Right.
things going on. Yeah. So we'll have some things
Okay.
coming up. We'll have.
So while we
Go ahead, Chucky.
Okay.
yeah. Talk about what's
Oh
All right,
no.
stuff that's going on for the JEI. Yeah, we can jump in and talk about some of the things that been happening. Well, first and foremost, our Fortnite qualifiers took place this past weekend,
Yeah, that
and
was lit.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Hoping that maybe one or two of those things clips. I don't know if I'm here or have any of those clips lined up for us tonight
Oh
from
yeah,
me.
man. Mob them, man. Everything line up.
All right, so but we do have. Let me see if I can find the list of persons that want to know. This list of persons would definitely be the who we have that will be competing in the this weekend, the Fortnite, the World Cup qualifiers start for Fortnite. So that's pretty exciting. So we have some guys. Yeah, I think Mikey just messaged me a while ago, so he should be in soon.
All right.
So we'll just hold it down until he comes. But let me just find this list that Apollos sent. Thank you, Apollos, for hosting the event, and here as usual for dealing with the stream. I was watching, and it was pretty cool, pretty exciting. I'm not really a Fortnite kind of guy. Anybody else in here play Fortnite? I know Game Hero was kind of suicidal just to keep the stream going. Jump off a cliff and them thing there.
uh, Fortnite. I think they play Fortnite. Chucky not play Fortnite.
I mean, I tried
No, no.
Fortnite. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who hasn't tried Fortnite or who doesn't know
Yeah.
about Fortnite. But I've tried Fortnite a little bit. I mean, it's really not up my alley, but I pretty much try everything. So, but
Skill gap too high. So true.
All right, yeah. So well, Mikey from Bahamas just said he's running a bit late, so he should be here soon. So let's hope that he gets here quick enough to have a discussion for us. If anything, we'll just move things up a bit until he comes. But I have the list here of the Fortnite national team. Now, please bear in mind that the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers, they're open to anybody. So you don't have to be a part of JEI to participate, but we want to select the best of the best to represent us. So, that's just how our movement is, that we can take full advantage of exposing the players, the best players in the country. And so basically we have Nulxi, he's number one. He was the highest scoring. We have Swag. Now I'm trying to get the list of names and stuff, the actual names that we're just working with the gamer tags for everybody. So Nulxi, Swag, Apollos, Tor, Rip, Preston, Burns, and Unruly Bot. I don't know if any of those names ring a bell to you here during the stream, but I
Yeah,
definitely
man.
remember Swag.
Remember
Of
Swag
everybody.
course.
Swag was going on crazy in the starting. I think he won like the first 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah,
So
he
that was
take him
pretty
two.
cool.
He take him 2 win out of the 5 rounds.
Okay, yeah. So that was pretty cool. Very fun thing. So those guys, yeah, see Nulxi on there. Nulxi is he came number one. So I think
Yeah, now
for
she's in the stream chat.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he will be teaming up with Swag if I'm not if I'm, Nosy, you can tell me if that is so. For when you're doing the duos, I think it will be Nosy and Swag, but Apollos is the one that will be doing all of that coordination. So congrats again, guys, and I really hope
Hey.
that
Big up.
big up
Yeah.
Nosy and big up everybody. Yes, I really hope that we do well this qualifiers. I think this would be the for the 100 million prize pool. They had a qualifiers the other day, but this one I think is a little
Yeah.
more
Warm
top
up.
level for the World Cup. Yeah, so
Wow.
that's what took place last week. So this
Shout out to
weekend.
YG Mike, who just subbed with a Twitch Prime sub. So shout outs to
Oh,
him in the chat.
nice. There we go, Mike. Thanks, man. Thanks for the sub, bro. Keep this movement alive.
yeah, YG Mike is actually the person who won the last qualifiers to Street Fighter 5.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh
so
yes,
props to
Mike.
him. Wow. Props to
YG.
him, dude.
Familiar.
Yeah, Yardy Gamers. That's what the YG.
Oh, is he already? Oh,
Yardy
okay.
Gamers. So
Is
You have to be defending your title, YG Mike,
While
because I
qualifiers are
think
go
everybody
hot,
trying
man.
to get into this Las Vegas thing. And speaking about that, Andrew Pang, what's going on for next weekend? Can talk about next weekend, because that's what everybody looking forward to.
Well, as most people should already know, next weekend we're going to have the second set of qualifiers, second round of qualifiers. This set of qualifiers will be dubbed the Road to Evo. Persons who don't already know, Evolution is the biggest fighting game tournament ever in the world. And there are going to be select persons who are the top ranked in each fighting game will be paid all expense paid trip to Evolution that will be in Las Vegas, Nevada.
For August, beginning of August.
Yeah, beginning of August, 1st to the 3rd, I believe, on that weekend.
Yeah, I think it's actually 2nd to the 4th, but we'll be there from the 1st to the 5th.
We'll be there for the first, right.
Yeah.
We'll be there from the first.
Try to get the
And
sight
persons
seeing.
who aren't able to actually be there, obviously it will be on Twitch stream. So if you're not able to support us in person, you can definitely support the Dr. Birds by logging on to Twitch and watching all the matches and catching all the players and seeing how well we do in Evo.
And you can also support the Dr. Birds for when the jerseys come out in a few weeks. You can buy some hoodies and stuff to support the team as we go to Las Vegas, try to get those souvenirs. Yeah, Matt, I saw Matt's master ask about the expense of the trip. Yes, it will include the hotel, food, tickets to the tournament, airfare, pretty much everything.
All inclusive.
All inclusive. So that's gonna be exciting. We're gonna have some fun with there. We'll try our best to keep our stream up as much as possible. But we'll have our devices with us, so that should be cool as well. We'll try to keep everybody informed for that. Yeah. So
I'm
I mean,
looking forward to the gear. I'm very hyped for that. I think
everybody
the
is.
national gear looks very good.
Yeah.
Really hyped for the hoodie and the shirts, man. Gregory, when we getting those?
Yeah, everybody asks. That's a burning question, but I just like the fact that there's so much suspense, But really and truly, as soon as we have the gamer tags of who will be representing, that's when the orders will start. So as soon as the qualifiers are over and we select the national squad, we're going to be putting the names on the jerseys and the hoodies, and we'll open the shop. So whoever wants to purchase can purchase at the same time, and we'll just bring everything down. Because we have to order it in batches, so we're trying not to do single orders. We're trying to just have one batch. So it will be limited runs. So maybe maybe once a month we'll do a limited run. So if you want to catch the first batch, you have to stay tuned to the announcements page in the Discord. I'm wondering if I should make it exclusive to Discord members and not announce it. But we're trying to sell as much, so we may have to announce it. What do you think, Andrew?
I think you should, because when I put up the picture, I got a lot of messages from even persons who don't even live in Jamaica. I got a few messages from people in Trinidad, Barbados who
it seems Andrew is AFK.
No man, we're hearing Andrew. We're hearing Andrew. Chucky, you need some internet, man. Sure, Digicel are flowing.
Oh no.
So, we're gonna help Chucky, man. But yeah.
Oh no, I had him on mute.
Wow. Really?
I feel so underappreciated, Chucky.
Wow.
Chris, you have to help out Chucky. You have to teach him how to use Discord properly.
Looks
But yeah, man, really, really good things going on. So qualifiers coming up this weekend. That's so the fighters will be on Saturday. And please remember that we're having an after party. After the craziness going down at VRX in Portmore, we're going to head over to Alive and, just chill out, have some drinks, chill out, vibe, kind of de-stress a little bit,
Yep.
and just enjoy the moment. Try to reach home early enough because Sunday morning is we start off with some fireworks with the Call of Duty thing. We have, I think this would be Andrew. I think with if everybody comes, that would be 8 teams. I don't think there's ever really been an 8 team COD showdown in Jamaica. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
but so far I think 8 teams would be the most we've ever had in any event,
yeah.
not just
That's
our events.
definitely Yeah, this is definitely the biggest card bracket I've seen anywhere actually. Most of the other places, card is usually a game that is very time consuming. So a lot of the other places that have these type of card events don't usually have such a big.
Yeah, because it's usually like maybe four, probably maximum 6 teams. But I think if everybody turns out and we have 8 teams, one is gonna take a while, but two, it should be rather exciting, you know. There's some scores to settle, people practicing, what have you. But I kind of love how the COD community rolling along now. Them not
Them a
as
behave
you know,
themselves.
everybody working with each other because I think one of the issues we had is that persons didn't really understand as much the role of the JEI, and this Discord was, I mean, this podcast was came about because we wanted to ensure that we spread the news of what JEI is all about. So persons understand that we're taking the esports thing seriously, and it's not just random stuff we're doing. We're very tactical in our approach, strategic, and trying to do not just events, but a lot more social development, exposure, opening doors, creating opportunities for persons who are interested. And we're going to touch on that in a second with a few other little things we're working on. Um, yeah, so well, Matthew Lee's here. Big up yourself, Matthew. I don't know if you're going to say anything about League of Legends. I'm not even going to touch on the topic because I have no clue what's going on in the league section. But how we do it is that we have Call of Duty first. So please, everybody, we're making an announcement. We just want everybody to know that Call of Duty has been changed to the first game on Sunday, which is the 14th, just because of the amount of persons that have registered. And we'll do CS:GO after COD, and then we'll do League of Legends finals. So we'll see how the league guys play out the elimination rounds this week to get to the final match for Sunday. So we'll see how that plays
And
out.
it's going to be team time, right, Greg?
Yeah, it'll be 5v5.
Okay.
5v5. Yeah, man.
Okay. Alright, oh, Q&A, say that for Q&A. I got some questions coming in right now.
Yeah, we'll check out.
Yeah.
We'll get to the questions in a second. Yeah,
Okay.
so
We'll get to the questions.
yeah, man. All right, so we have some news, but I think we're trying to wait until Mike checks in to see what's going on for
For the
for the
news.
for
Yeah.
the news. But yeah, what any burning thing that's happening regarding esports? I know you wanted to touch on the what we touched on last week, but we probably can save that for when Mikey comes. But is there anything else we can bring up where the news is concerned? Any little thing?
Alright. Well, I have something. This I gonna sound kinda weird, but a millionaire wants to have a real life battle royale on a private island, 100 people for 3 days, 12 hours each match.
Wait, a real life battle royale?
Yes, a
You
real
have
life.
that article that you can pull up on the screen, Hero.
Yeah,
You don't have that article.
yeah, I'm getting it right now. I saw it pop up on my notification on YouTube.
So that's a real thing. You sure that's not some fake news or something, brother? Like some Trump thing, but
It's there.
Oh,
It is actually there, but it's anonymous. There's an
oh yeah,
anonymous.
here it is. I'm going to bring it up right now.
I mean that would be pretty cool, I guess. But
Here
like,
it is.
is it going to be like paintball or something like that? That's crazy.
Why? Well, one may
Or some air gun or something.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even
see
know
this?
who. No, I'm not seeing that at all.
Hold on,
That's,
I'll get you guys the link. Alright, see it there. Yeah, so a millionaire is
Um,
requesting the help of a game maker to help them design a battle royale competition on a private island.
hold on, I seen a text. I seen some texting. I'm not really seeing.
And
I'm not
that's
seeing the clip. I'm not seeing the clip.
no, no, it's
Let
an
me-
article, the article.
I'm not seeing the article. I seen like
In
a
a
text.
Discord. I see it.
Oh, it's in Discord. No, I'll change the screen, man. I'm not seeing. I will. I don't know if anybody's seen what I've seen,
Wait,
but I think I'm in the
Yeah, I'm
what
seeing
Discord.
what
what
am I
you're
seeing?
seeing. He has
Oh,
notepad open.
oh,
I
you see it now?
maybe I seen the wrong thing.
Wait, you see it now?
Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Got it, got
well,
it, got
game
it.
here,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ah, there it
game
is.
here, you have the details about how it goes. I mean, you can probably just fill a scene because for the persons who can't see it, so the
Oh,
post.
I'm supposed to see it now.
Yeah, if they're on the Twitch stream, but if they're just in Discord, they're not going to see it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, persons in Discord will be
all
able
right.
to
So
see
a
it.
very wealthy person who currently remains anonymous who wants to create a 100-person battle royale event on a private island. Wow, that should be crazy. Um, that is crazy. I guess only probably Americans would have think about that kind. Is it an American person? Probably American or Russian. No, no.
Probably. And from where I read, the prize is 100,000 euros.
Oh, so
What? All right, so
wow.
how am I sign up now?
And the guns,
Tell me how to
it's
sign
not
up.
real guns. Not
Well,
real
yeah.
guns.
Obviously, we know that it's
It's
paintball
airsoft.
or airsoft.
Not airsoft
Airsoft.
Here's
ammo.
Well, I
I
mean,
call it.
it was a 100,000. It was 100,000 euros. They said.
Yeah.
Was the
Yeah.
price? Okay,
Mikey,
okay.
what's
When I
up?
heard 100,000 euros, and
And
I really wasn't worried
and
if it was real guns or not.
Well, if
I
it was
mean,
real guns, boy, I don't know if any probably literally only one man would be left standing. But we have Mikey from Bahamas online now. Hey Mike, what's up?
okay.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing?
Hey
Great,
Mike.
Hey,
great.
not bad, not
welcome,
bad.
Wagwan.
welcome.
Thanks.
We're just discussing entry into the real battle royale.
Ah.
How to sign up. 100,000 euros, I'm definitely in, regardless of what I need to get in.
I am concerned on so many different levels with this thing because it can be either Hunger Game-ish, it can be like Batum, the anime slash manga, where it's just very similar to like PUBG and like Rust and like Fortnite and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Definitely.
like the whole thing is not to kill people because they're using airsoft rifles, but for 100,000 pounds, like,
Yeah, they'll probably be going
Stuff might
hard.
happen.
especially since you're like literally staying on this island overnight for 3 nights with who knows how many people, 100 people.
So it'll be
Yeah.
pretty cool to have actual planes flying over and having airdrops and stuff, right?
I mean, the dudes are
Care
millionaires.
package
You never know.
inbound.
Yeah, so Mike, time going by, so you're from the Bahamas and you are definitely trying to do some streamlining of esports. If anybody, I posted it in the in our on our Instagram, more cookies. That's MOAR cookies. I think that's what you use for pretty much all of your social media
Yep.
um, things. So if you want to check out Mike's stream, you can check it out. Just subscribe on his Twitch or or follow or subscribe, help him out. And but yeah, let's what's going on in Bahamas? What's the gaming like in Bahamas, bro?
Well, I would say it's still developing. We have groups that have been around for a while, and then as of recently, there are more groups starting to pop up, and like, so we have groups that focus on Smash Brothers. From Melee's kind of dying down just a little bit, but we still have a community for that. We have people doing Ultimate. We've got people doing Tekken, Soul Calibur, Guilty Gear, King of Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I think we had a tournament a while ago. Two tournaments actually for Fortnite. Um, I personally oversee one of the ones for Hearthstone. Um, th- to sum it all up, it's there, but it could be better. And so it's just a matter of curating that and making sure that we all work together to make things better and make it more well known that hey, it's not some random thing. It's not how we were back like a decade or two ago,
Okay,
where
sounds good.
parents are like, "Oh, you're wasting your time playing games." It's like, well, actually, we could be doing something beneficial by playing games.
Well, I mean, I think that is the general every all developing nations. I mean, most first world nations kind of have gotten over that hurdle because of the awareness and this the spend of the corporate community and investors in there. But for us as developing nations, that's the issue. Just awareness, 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 and it helps for us to be a part of these international federations and organizations. So I mean, we've been discussing that we're going to try and jump in where the Caribbean was concerned, with other countries to try and get everybody on the same page. Jamaica kind of we're trying to really moving a bit aggressive with it because a lot of persons looking to Jamaica to be that nation that fully emerges out of all the issues that all the countries are facing, and then we'll kind of pull everybody through, and that's what we're trying to do. So we should be looking forward to having some international events with Bahamas and Jamaica, right? So some of your guys versus some of our guys.
That sounds
And
good.
yeah, I mean, we can work on it. We do have some work to do to get there, but I think what's the internet like in Bahamas, though? Is it like
It
Yeah.
depends on where you are and who you're with, essentially. I'll say it like this: there are two main providers. I'm not going to call names, but for the longest time, one of them was much faster than the other. The other ones kind of come up and started to offer things like fiber and much faster VDSL speeds, which is what I'm currently using, and
Mobile
I get
internet.
anywhere from so I get anywhere from 70 to 90 megs down, and 40 to 60 megs up on the VDSL one. So fiber that can go up to 300. The cable one, well, they I think they have it where it can go up to 70 or 100, somewhere up in there for download, and I think it's 30 or 50 upload. But that's like on the highest tiered package. That's like $100 USD kind of price.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I
Not bad
think
at
Chucky needs
all.
to get one of those packages for his
Yeah.
internet.
Poor Chucky. Hush now, hush.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. See,
Yep.
good example.
There we go, Chucky. He never fails,
I
never fails.
I think Chuck is still using dial-up, the handshake to be able to connect and everything.
Yeah, I'm on the low
no,
cable side.
Wow.
He's on that old satellite feed right there.
Yeah, but we're trying to. I think I'm trying to maybe when we get to like 1,000 strong in the Discord, I'm gonna really push to try and lobby these guys to really pay some attention to us. They do have packages that they write for gaming and stuff, but it's just way too expensive. So we're trying to have our telcos out here tailor something to our needs as gamers, and I think with what we have started to do, the work we've started with the university should help us to lobby them, you know what I mean? So we're kind of just waiting on that stuff to happen. Um, yeah, what time is it now? It's like 8:30, so we're moving things along.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike. So any other? We can talk about maybe one more news topic. Something I think it was at Article 13. Maybe Mike, you can expand a little on that. Was it Article 13? That's what it's called.
Yeah, Article 13.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are your views on that?
Honestly, Article 13, a lot of people that are creators hate it, and they've been trying to lobby against it. Even big tech companies like YouTube and Twitch and so on and so forth have been trying to fight against it as well. Like, even if you were to go to, I think it's youtube.com, oh boy, Article 13. I know they have their own site for it. Yeah, youtube.com/save your internet. They actually go into information about their own opinions about it. Additionally, that they say that for the past one that actually just kind of went back to get voted on, they're saying that it's a lot better than what was originally there, but it's still unclear in some parts. Like what they're saying is for two parts mainly, which is what kind of content platforms like YouTube need to have licenses for like images, paintings, photos, etc. And because that's unclear, there's no way to be 100% certain whether all the rights are covered in the moment of upload. And the second reason for them is the potential new legal liabilities and responsibilities for creators. That one's mainly because even though you might not be in the EU and so on and so forth, if you have a problem, well, if someone in the EU has a problem with it, you are still held liable. It's very much like what's happening with the GDPR, which is more on the tech side of stuff, and like websites kind of had to build that into for compliance. And so, like, if someone wanted to, the right to be forgotten, essentially, so if they say, I don't want you to have any of my information, they submit a form and they delete it. It's very much similar to that in the fact that this goes worldwide. So even if you're in Jamaica or in the Bahamas or the United States or anything like that, if you have someone that's in the EU and they say you're copywriting, it still affects you. So what a lot of creators are trying to say now is either they're going to move, sorry, out of the EU to try and get away from it from the EU side, but then they would also need to stop giving content essentially to the EU because if you're still giving them content, they can still hit you. So that's the next part. Like, do we shut off supplying the EU with content or not?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
really, it's really,
Yeah, that's some
really,
serious stuff.
cause
and like I said,
This guy
she's
cracks me
up.
up.
Yeah,
All right, yeah. So
because
Chucky, you need to type in your
I mean,
responses. Yeah, what you say, Chucky? Oh boy. All right, so
you guys hear me?
so
nope,
all
nope.
right, so Chucky provides the comic relief. Just letting you guys know, he's really, he doesn't serve much of a purpose but to provide the
No,
comic relief. So
no.
if you guys are having fun,
Ah.
that's because of Chucky.
Oh
But yeah, I mean that's some serious stuff. And do you believe that this kind of thing is gonna just spread? Do you believe it's just gonna spread around?
boy.
uh,
No,
I don't know. What do you
I
mean by
don't think it.
spread though? Like, do you
Like
think
come
other
come to
countries will take it,
come to any,
or
or you mean come to any side of the world?
Just spread. I mean, just spread. I mean, what do you think, Mike? It's just gonna spread.
honestly, I think because of how the EU has been pushing, like it's going to affect everyone. So in that aspect, yeah, it's going to spread. As to if other countries are going to take something similar, I actually kind of doubt it. EU has been very. Let me put it this way: if I remember correctly, in France, you cannot take photos of certain things because it's copyrighted, and essentially because of historical reasons.
Right. Yeah, the
So
Eiffel Tower at night.
yeah, so they're really like overprotective of this kind of stuff. So, but you're not finding that anywhere else in the world. So I don't think it's going to spread in that form, but definitely where it's going to affect other people giving content and supplying content from that country.
Yeah. So
Okay. Understood.
Well, I was about to chime in terms of I really don't understand why they're pushing so hard on this technologically where there proper application or there's nothing that can properly pick up whether or not content that is posted on YouTube is actually copyrighted because a lot of content right now is flagged as copyrighted. That's not actually copyrighted, and that's something that they're still working on. So I don't understand why they're trying to bring this ruling in when there's nothing or no application, no software that can properly pick this up. So what that simply means is that YouTube, like the one of the biggest platforms for creatives, YouTube is going to be facing a lot of lawsuits if this actually comes to fruition. So that's not something that YouTube would want. And I understand why YouTube is actually fighting this along with creators. But if you want my opinion on it, I don't think we're ready for that yet. So definitely not ready for it. There's no application that properly does it. And Google stands to profit from it because Google, I understand, has the patent on this type of technology where it can scan files or media that you uploaded for copyrighted content and it's still not perfect, even though they
Oh
spent
yeah.
millions of dollars on it. But I don't think we're there yet. At the point when we're there, we actually have applications that can pick up copyrighted material without somebody having to go through it, then I think we should go there, but we're definitely not there yet. So I'm going to be singing in the bathroom and I might post that and then it get flagged copyrighted. Because that a lot of that has happened to me a lot of times and I have to report that this is not copyrighted material. Then eventually some human actually goes and looks at it and realizes, oh, this is not copyrighted, and then they pull it. But it happens a lot. And if it's happening a lot for me, imagine somebody that posts a lot content.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to be a problem.
And I think people don't understand just how widespread this is going to be because it's going to be hitting text, audio, video, photographs, software, translations, a
Yep.
bunch of stuff.
Even memes. You can even post a
Yeah.
meme and get
Memes?
you can
Wow.
post a
Memes,
meme,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? It depends on what the picture is about. So if you have a meme with certain copyrighted material in there, you can be flagged for that and you can get into problems. So it's really needs a lot of ironing out before they actually look to push this into law.
So Andrew, basically you're saying you just need to not sing in the shower then.
Yeah. Because if you have a good voice, a good singing voice like me, they're going to actually think it's a music video and not just me singing in the shower. You
And
understand?
copyrighted.
Yeah.
Copyrighted.
Just like that.
All right. I mean, that's definitely something we can always look into and discuss as it goes along to see how it really affects us. I mean, me personally, I believe it definitely will have some effect, and I think it may have an impact that there may be some protest in some kind of way because it will affect how things are done. Kind of like how China controls their stuff. It may kind of be almost like that kind of thing. But let's watch it, see what happens, and see what's
Well,
going on there.
I know it's definitely going to reach there. So we're heading in a direction where everything is going to be controlled. That is definitely going to happen. I've foreseen this. However, we're not ready yet. When the technology is there, then I think we should move on with it. But right now, it's not perfect. And YouTube definitely will be fighting this to the end because if this goes through, YouTube will be losing a lot of money.
Well, I mean, it's not just YouTube. Twitch is even considered like
Yeah,
banning
yes,
stuff
true.
to the
Twitch,
EU as
yes.
well. So,
Yeah,
and that's where
yeah, true.
we're currently streaming to. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And well, and what you might see happening is, and I know the reason why YouTube is fighting this so hard is because they're invested, they've invested time and money over the years into this, and if it reaches here, you might place where platforms may start getting popular because some of the rules may not apply to them. Just like how you have torrent sites now, some of them pop up and then eventually they're taken down and new ones pop up again. You might start having sites like that that mimic YouTube and Twitch that might start popping up and people might start going to these sites because they might not be flagged as often for content that they post like YouTube. You understand? So that might happen. So YouTube really stands to lose a lot of money and other broadcasters like Twitch and so forth.
All right. Well, some interesting information right there. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors because we're trying to get through in time. So for the upcoming event, not only just the upcoming event, because we're actually in discussions about sponsoring us beyond because we have to go to South Korea in November, so somebody has to pay for that trip. So shout out to Alive Lounge. That's where we're gonna have our after party, and shout out to Buzzers in the same building. It's Easter coming up, so you guys can go to Buzzers during the Easter. They're gonna have some really good pricing to try out laser tag if you've never done laser tag before. They also have the classic arcade machines that you can go and try out. XPG video game. Shout out to Hopeton for helping us from for years. For years, Hopeton has always been helping us out with what we're doing. So big up to Hopeton. LOL Snack Stop in the Halfway Tree Transport Center.
All.
They're LOL. Yeah, I think it was strategically named of League of Legends. But
Uh-huh.
you see,
I
it's
know the
owned by
I
a
know
game, owned by some gamers. So
yeah, know the culprit.
and JPack. Their online courier service. They'll be at the tournament speaking to some of the guys, and obviously Royal Computers. They've been supporting us from day one, giving us equipment, what have you, what have you. So thanks to all of those sponsors. So just a little touch on what the JEI is doing before we get into the clip section, because we're trying to wrap things up by 9 o'clock, hopefully. Yeah, so you guys may have noticed a few posts that we've made. One pertaining to teaming up with Jamaica Cosplay Club. We we know that there's a synergy between cosplay, anime, and esports, with Comic Con and those kind of events. So we're definitely going to be working on a major event for this summer. Not going to release too much details, but just know it probably will be the largest exhibition of gaming and cosplay that Jamaica has ever seen. It's going to be a 2-day event. So more on that will be coming up. We're going to have a tournament there, or more than one tournament. We're going to see how it works out. But everybody can just stay tuned for that. Big up to Jamaica Cosplay Club. We've had some deep conversations, and we realized that we're fully aligned with each other in what we're trying to achieve here. Secondly, I've also put up a post regarding having a program at UTech. Not too much details as well, but I can say that we have secured a lab, and that lab will be our base of operation in Kingston for all things esports related. So that is where the esports degree program will be starting from. It's going to be starting with some workshops, and then it will move on to a degree program in short order. So our curriculum is almost complete, and this is a curriculum that is used globally. It's not something that we concocted or came up with. It's an actual esports curriculum that is used right now by several universities globally, and we have access to that curriculum. And then we'll start off with the workshops. It's not going to be a standalone program, so it's actually going to be like a minor or a supporting program with an existing degree. So if you want to get into like esports entrepreneurship, it will work well with a business degree, or if you're doing IT hardware kind of thing, if you want to get into the hardware side of esports, it will work well with that. So we should be starting that, I think, next month. We should be starting the workshops, putting out a lot of sleepless nights to try and get this thing up and running.
Yes.
Yeah, and that, to me, will be the first university in the Caribbean to actually offer some kind of esports program. So that's a big deal. And then when it goes into a degree, it will be a very big deal as well. Yeah, and obviously, the qualifiers coming up. We have Las Vegas coming up. We have South Korea, not North Korea, South Korea coming up, and some other things. I've heard the discussions about another federation being formed in the Caribbean. Listening out to see how that goes, and obviously, if we can be a part of that federation, we'll join that federation. So we'll have maybe about 15 minutes left before we get into the clips. Andre, have anything else you want to say regarding the tournament coming up, the qualifiers, anything people need to understand? Oh yeah, there's a possibility that we may do that 50% off for the ladies. Granted, I saw a lot of men, a lot of guys saying no, the ladies shouldn't get 50% off. I tried to figure out which I don't know which team them man they're batting for, but I think we should encourage the ladies to come and support us, right? So we probably will be having that 50% off. But we'll talk about it and have that. Andrew, anything else you want to say before we jump into the clips?
I mean, you've pretty much covered a lot of the stuff, but yeah, we're definitely looking to have a successful second national qualifiers come this weekend. Hopefully everything will run smoothly. I really, 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 really loved how the first one went, because we were able to start in a good time and we were able to finish on time. We didn't have to stay too late. So looking forward to having a successful second trial again.
Yes, we're actually completely on Q&A. How could I be so irresponsible? Yeah, let's talk about three questions now. Quickly, anybody want to ask anything about Bahamas? You know, we have the special guest here. He had to
Mm-hmm.
literally run home to try and catch us. So,
Through
any questions for Mikey that he can answer for you? Anybody have any questions here that coming in from the community?
Just a few from about the qualifiers. Some was asking about this about how the team setting will go, because some people will coming in with their team and some will come in with like two three members, but they're short two. So some people was asking how that was going to go. I did suggest
Is that for what game is that for?
for
Because
League of
teams is
Legends
there.
and CS:GO.
All right, basically, how we'll be running the tournament is that persons who already pre-picked or are already part of a team, they'll be coming in, and you might have one or two persons who don't have a team who might come in or join the tournament as an individual who would like to be a part of a team. What I did was, in terms of the persons who came in who weren't part of a team originally, I would pair those together. And where there might be a team of or a pairing of persons who are together and it might not be enough to make the team, then we're going to find persons on the day in the set of persons that played obviously for that game and pick persons to be a part of that team. So even if you're an individual entering the tournament and you're not originally part of a team, we're going to help you create a team and we'll make you enter the tournament as a part of a team. So you don't have to
Alright.
worry about that part of it.
Alright. And you hear that, everybody?
League for League of Legends, though, I do believe the elimination should be taking place currently or throughout this week. So we're only going to have the final two teams for League of Legends. We're not gonna have multiple teams for League of Legends on the day. So Matthew Lee is the one managing the side of things. So any queries regarding League of Legends, please refer it to Matthew Lee. That's J Matthew Lee on in the Discord server.
Okay. Alright. Noxy? Noxy? Asking how the Fortnite tourney. Oh, he's asking. Michael, are you there?
I'm right here.
Yeah. Noxy
Oh,
was
okay.
asking how the Fortnite tournament, the tourney was. Get a chance to see.
Um, well, it wasn't as what we were hoping the turnout would have been, but we did have about 60 people register. If I remember correctly, there are about 16 teams that, or something about that, that decided they were going to try and come out, and we did have winners for that. Um, Not sure when the next one is going to happen. It was a different team that was actually working with that. I'm aware that it happened. To fly you out, maybe one time in the future. Yeah, sure.
Alright, and I got a next question from anonymous. He's asking which games are the main one being played on a competitive level in Bahamas?
Definitely Smash Brothers Ultimate right now. That's the one that a lot of people are into right now. Then you also have a lot of people into Tekken and King of Fighters. Those are I would say, the most popular ones in terms of the amount of people in the community and the amount of people that actually just spend time training, learning like frames and everything like that. Um, we do have people that also go to stuff like CEO and Evo. I think we actually have a team that went out last year to CEO and a team that's going out again this year to the CEO as well. That's mainly for Smash. Um, we're still, like I mentioned, there's a lot of games that are out there that are with esports. We're trying to build that up and develop that on a whole. So while I'm saying this now, maybe a month or two could be a lot more than that.
Right?
All right, so before we get into the clips, which would be basically winding down, Mikey, thank you very much for taking the time out to come and share with us. Hopefully, we can do this another time, as frequently as we can, to keep the link between the islands. Thank you for everybody from the executive who have been here. And as usual, Game here and Chris, big up yourself for for keeping up with the podcast. So yeah, next week we'll definitely make some announcements of what's be going on. But this weekend is what is look out for. So it's gonna be streamed live. We should be having a few more commentators on it, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting. This weekend is gonna be really exciting. So uh, let's go. Let's get into some clips, guys. Let's get into some clips.
All right, everybody. So thank you, Mr. Greg Moore, for sharing and enlightening us. All right, so my time now. So we're gonna watch some clips. Chucky, now play a clip. I'm gonna play a clip. Alright, everybody. Alright. So we got a lot of clips, as you can see. These are the one that came in during the week. So I'm just putting them there. Alright, remember, if you are a content creator or a YouTuber or anything, and please remember the content that you make, it reflect on what type of content you put out, and it really reflects on you. So be careful on what you put out, because it can come back and haunt you, and you don't really want that. Alright, so just tuning in everything. Oh yeah, this one got to be in. This is from Chris. Alright, so everything is in one go. Ooh, I'll get back to that one, but in the meantime, I don't know what one does break like that.
How do you get a 404 on YouTube?
Search and destroy.
Hey, I've been wondering, like, oh, interesting. I'll get to that, but meantime, let's go. First clip of the night. I was gonna say day. All right, so this was from the Fortnite tournament that keep over the weekend. All right, so on big screen it. Yeah, nah. Put that there. All right, there we go. This was the Fortnite tournament. Some clip, all the winning clips. Door. Good try. This rotate is crazy.
Good
Tour
shot.
with the win.
Alright, so Burns, Unstop, Vada, Adam.
GG.
Swag, I know you.
Alright, so that one was from Tour coming in with the win there. First, I thought that was the first round. Yeah, this was the second one.
No,
That has been lost. Domino's been lost also.
Alright.
Alright, is that 3? The 1v1 you want.
I missed.
And here there's that person.
I missed who came fifth.
Oh man, 3 person leave.
Oh! Yeah,
Oh!
Swagger?
Looks him as being get out.
Okay, alright. So, the guy that had streamer mode on.
There was a
Whoever had streamer mode on.
who's gonna win this? Oh, rip!
Expect.
Has won the game with 2 kills. Circle claim everyone else.
Yo, GG guys.
GG.
Yeah.
Literally have somebody. Literally have somebody named RIP. Yeah, although this one was mine. This was like from warming up from. I was playing.
Yo, are you trying to say?
Alright, sir. Oh, I see him. One shot and a dream. I see him. I'm dead. Ooh, one shot and a dream. Somebody click that. Yeah. One shot in the gun, dog. Dead. Give me a loot, boy. Alright. And next one.
No,
Hunter has been lost. Domino's been lost also.
Alright.
Alright, is that 3? The 1v1 you want.
I missed.
And here the last person.
I missed who came fifth.
Oh man, 3-person leave.
Oh! Yeah,
Oh!
Swagger?
Looks him as being get out.
Okay, alright. So, the guy that had streamer mode on.
There was a oh.
Whoever had streamer mode on.
Who's gonna win this? Oh, rip!
Expect.
As one
Alright.
game.
Someone should not be in there.
Circle came everyone else.
Oh yeah, this was the one. Alright.
You can't joke there, sir.
Put phantom shoot, boy.
Yo.
Dog.
Who's this? Who's the guy?
Oh, yeah. Ah!
Slow and calculated.
Boy kills and the dub, Preston.
Yo, Swag, you just got flick shotted out of existence.
Mate, yo,
Alright. So let me try oh, I got one more. But I'm gonna try start out that 404 one for YouTube. Yeah. So this one is from, I don't know if everyone remember Combat Arms. It was an online game way back. This one came in from Jorday.
Search and destroy.
Them say we shoulda never left and I shouldn't have allowed it. Them question me on FB now, even Twitter's crowded. I know you're always wondering if what we had was anything, but you were more than a friend to me. To me, you were so many things, but now I have to treat you like an obsessed fan. How could you do me that? Do you remember
Showtime.
my musical sensation? I don't take that from no one. You messed up so quickly, but you justified for so long, but so long. I said this with the sense of surety the most. Immature people talk about maturity. If you talk it and you lived it, then you would have been more to me. Swear such a did say now she was looking like the cure for me. God curse the day I met you, cause you met my nigga pre. Him jaded by the rumors, put up I did not believe me. Tweets and me, you want your bar replacing you was easy. In the social circle I got the power like easy.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
You failed to exist. I'm a nice nigga. They say my ego big, but my heart's bigger.
Alright. So I'm gonna go try to start that last clip and I'll call it there. Hey, you guys still with me? Hello?
Yeah.
Are you guys still here?
Nah.
Okay. Alright. So this is gonna be the last clip. Alright, I'm trying to get the source from it. It was literally sending, but I don't know what happened to the link. Alright. Today we're on time, so where is it? Alright. Alright, here it is. So this one gonna be the last one for the night. Alright, and then we're gonna hit the raid segment. So here we go. Sending by. Remember everybody, please don't drink and drive. Don't follow this person. Yeah, please, no, please don't do that. Don't follow him. Alright, and with that clip, I'll call it a wrap. Alright everybody, I want to just give a shout out to everyone who has tuned in tonight. Alright, yeah, to everybody in. Oh, Loxy, just missed it, man. We're about to close and go hit someone with raid right now.
So I want to just thank everybody for tuning in, and I know we got more clips to go through, but I'll save them for next week. Start over. Oh no. All right. So Mr. Mike, I want to thank you for tuning in, also taking your time out to be here. Really appreciate it. He's come from way from Bahamas to be here with us. All right. If you guys want to talk with him, he's in the Discord. Just at him. All right, and he's also a streamer on YouTube, on Twitch. Oh, dare I say YouTube? Yeah, he's a streamer on Twitch, so you guys can check him out. All right, so this is it. Stay tuned. The party's just started. We're gonna hit a member, whoever is online, or the raid. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and peace out and have a good night. All right.